Hello there, Capricorn, Capricorn Rising, and of course all of you Capricorn Moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting January 6th, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or of course you may also just simply follow the links below. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology over the course of this coming week? I've been calling it Dances with Neptune because of Tuesday and Wednesday's Sun and Mercury in your sign, respectively making gorgeous sextiles to Neptune in Pisces, your third house of communications, pacts, promises, and commitments. And we actually have something going on where there is a link or a hookup. I'm seeing almost like a golden ticket into some kind of maybe a group, some kind of collaboration, possibly a creative or a professional opportunity that suddenly becomes infinitely more profitable or realizable in the short term, that is going to allow you to sort of flourish in a new community, whether it's being received well by this community. It's being received well by Rambo. Say hello, Rambo. That was that noise. He was clawing to climb up the chair. Or quite possibly with Neptune in the third house, a third party is really hooking up, I guess you could say, some kind of either connection or breakthrough, some kind of escape or go-around I see happening, being provided for you. This could be a go-around of an obstacle that you are aware of, or a shortcut to avoid something that would have caught you by surprise. Because Mercury is there, we are expediting the taking off of whatever this measure is, and with the Sun involved, we are attracting new friends, contacts, and confidants that are sure to actually launch our career or whatever social or professional aspirations we have this week, should we allow ourselves to be so socially available. Now, I do want to remind everyone, I am aware that there is an eclipse, this week on the 10th. I will be uploading clips on the eclipse from the monthly horoscopes for January, but if you want the entire horoscope for January's monthly astrology, remember those are actually on my Patreon page, so you do have to be a Patreon pledger, and you can find out more about that by following the links below. Also, before I move on to the cards, if you ever have a hard time finding your horoscopes, you can always just go to the main channel page and scroll down, or you can click on the playlist button from the main channel page. And if the directions are a little still confusing, I decided to kind of go the extra mile and make a technical support video showing people how to go about navigating the site, or YouTube, my YouTube anyway, in order to find their horoscopes that they're looking for, okay? And I'll include that in the down bar below, a link to that video. So what's going on when it comes to your cards? Well, for your spiritual themes this week, appropriately enough, we have the world. There is this push with the world that's bringing everything to a sense of successful fruition. A lot of things that have been either kept on a back burner or that you've been forced to be playing the waiting game with are now being expedited, are now actually ready to go full swing. And for a lot of people with the World card, when we have that show up as spiritual themes, it also indicates things that maybe we thought were going to take longer to mature or to pick up traction are actually starting to pick up that pace very, very quickly. In the monthly horoscopes, I do talk about how a lot of stuff that's been going too slow, or maybe even just sort of sitting on a shelf since August 2019, will be expedited. And I think that in a lot of cases, for a lot of you Capricorn people, you may just be getting ahead of the rest of us signs for that. A lot of the things about the world I like is that we are also forcing upgrades and updates for you during this period. And one of the things I'm definitely receiving from the World card upright is that, you know, a lot of you are kind of getting put on the spot, but it's put on the spot to be seen. It's a spot as in a space in the sun, or the spotlight this week, and you have to allow yourself to actually drop any kind of self-imposed veils or protections that you put around yourself to avoid such an opportunity if that's what you wanted in the first place. We have to release something that may actually be self-defeating, even though it made us feel safe. When it comes to the influx of energy, what's affecting everything in your life, we actually have the Ten of Pentacles upright. Your hair is flying everywhere. And with the, sorry, not upright, reversed. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. I said upright when I meant to say reverse. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, this week, again, we're seeing the end of the line of a lot of stories in your life, the end of the line of a lot of story arcs. Remember, the influx card is about energies that are impacting all areas for you. It's going to be a common theme or a common thread through a lot of interactions and circumstances. The Ten of Pentacles reversed, I'm actually getting this awareness that, yeah, there's this focus on a lot of you Capricorns are wrapping up a lot of commitments. You're getting a heads up about something no longer being applicable to your highest goals. If it's no longer applicable, don't take it personally. We just have to make a bit of a pivot. In fact, the Ten of Pentacles reversed, something may actually be dwindling in terms of its relevance, its profitability, or maybe its sustainability as we get into this week. Some of you may actually be deciding it's time for you to start scouting new venues, new opportunities, new jobs, and I think that that's a good idea because remember, the Ten of Pentacles reversed is always about giving us a heads up. A countdown is beginning. It's not the Death card, it's not the Ten of Swords, it's not the Tower. Things are not ending this week, but we are getting our heads up, and it's really important to go with the flow on this one. Please do not try and drag something out. It will not be in your best interest. I mean, clearly with the World card upright and what we saw with the Astrology, I mean, your next step, your next evolution, your next level up is happening now. Why would you procrastinate it and be like, I'm going to save it for next month. I think I'll be ready in 2 months. No. Bring it into the now. When it comes to the outflux, when it comes to what's going away, what's leaving all areas of your life, what's kind of trickling out, we have the Empress card reversed. I think we could be happy to see her take a step out. I'm looking at this card, and again, we talk about that self-defeating good intention. A lot of the times you've probably heard me say the Empress card reversed can often show up when a person is behaving as their own worst enemy. Now, when we take this in the context of the Outflux card, we're not talking about an individual. We're not talking about one person. But we are talking about proprietary measures, standards, protocols, maybe even styles or sensibilities that are, again, actually holding us back, costing more than they ever profit in order to maintain as a norm or status quo. And I'm looking at the Empress card reversed, a lot of self-defeating or self-victimizing traits, tendencies, obligations, and commitments are dissolving this week for a lot of you Capricorn people. And we have to then, of course, understand that while we are dealing with it, it could catch us by surprise just what exactly those things are. I'm getting very distinctly a sense that this has nothing to do with, like, people or relationships. This really does have to do with more of our routines, our day-to-day tasks. Excuse me, maybe it could be a commitment to a job or maybe a commitment to a certain lifestyle, but it's certainly not involving any type of one-on-one relationship or single individual, okay? Just something to keep in mind. We are definitely seeing good trying to displace the bad. When it comes to your material concerns, we do have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And it does look like a lot of you Capricorn people are going to actually be dealing with what feels like either somebody trying to block. I'm not sure if they're blocking you, they're resisting you, or they're kind of trying to bring you down with them. Because I'm looking at the Queen of Swords reverse and I'm feeling like there is some kind of financial or professional matter coming up where a person is kind of on Skid Row in that sense, or they're about to go there. Okay, and you can sometimes see this with the Queen of Swords reversed, like she's already out, right? She's already down for the count. But the Queen of Swords reversed is the type of person to say, if I'm going down and taking everyone with me. And this may actually be a situation where we have to find a way to maybe block the block, if that makes sense. Let this person go. Unfortunately, though, when it comes to the Queen of Swords reversed, we often do have to know how to properly fight back, or at least show her or them, it may not necessarily be a female in this case, but show them that, no, I'm not even worth trying this on. In a lot of cases with the Queen of Swords reverse, this person is not in a space to reason. This person is not going to be in a place where they want to do things better. In fact, oftentimes, the Queen of Swords reversed, and this is what I'm getting here, there's almost like this feeling of this person seeing as everything's already ruined. I just want to see everything get ruined. My world's already burned. My house is burned down. Now I want the world to burn down. I want everyone to know what I'm going through. And when it comes to the Queen of Swords reversed, I'm kind of feeling like financially this week is more about playing defense. It's not really about anything else. Clearly we've got so much good going on for you. I'm almost wondering if maybe this is just an additional aside from the cards that are trying to say, look, while you're going through all of this, don't be tempted to waste your time with this crap. When it comes to your external, when it comes to friends, when it comes to relatives, we have the Two of Cups upright. And again, we have this third-party hookup going on. And somebody is linking you to a contact that they have that I feel is going to not only be instrumental in, again, boosting you in a practical sense and a material sense, but yes, this may also be, in the case of a lot of you, a link towards love, or maybe even some kind of platonic companionship or partnership that's going to be a gift that keeps on giving. Even though it may come through a friend or a relative that you maybe don't normally go to for these matters, or you maybe in the past never really trusted their judgment or knew what to think of their judgment, you want to keep an open mind. When it comes to your relationships with love and romance, we have the Eight of Wands upright, and everything seems to be going a lot more quickly. Even for those of you that are just starting or at the very beginnings of a new relationship or dating scenario, it looks like there's some jet fuel getting put into your romantic life. I'm actually feeling that all parties involved are actually very much inclined to sort of try and accelerate in the direction of this next step in the growth of our commitment or our relationship with one another. In fact, the Eight of Wands, I'm seeing even things that start off might have a bit of a greased lightning kind of feel to them. And while it's fun this week, and I think that it's okay to play around with it, I absolutely do, we do have to be open-minded to this influx of new energies, again, that's displacing and dissolving the old. Don't go down with the ship like the Queen of Swords reversed trying to buy yourself more time. The Eight of Wands is indicating, yes, it's okay to even go so fast in this situation. Just, of course, use common sense. Don't show up for date number 2 in a U-Haul. But when we talk about the other side of it, for those of you who are currently coupled, the Eight of Wands upright is indicating that your partner is actually going to be going through some kind of rapid advancement in their own life, and they're going to want to commemorate this. I'm seeing a commemoration, maybe even a donation from them to support you in something, or maybe even offering to deliver or send something out in or to cover something for you that's actually going to expand its reach, expand its influence, and hurry its payoff. So that's your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hell, y'all know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever wish to get a session, just go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Say bye, Rambo. He says bye. Okay.